this dog eat?
The liver and the spleen.
His own dog.
His own dog.
It's that kind of detail in this case that give me the shivers to this day. I mean, this man was allegedly a scientist.
In 2005, after 30 years as a medical examiner, Harlan is found guilty of 18 charges of incompetence and negligence, and finally, stripped of his license.
He wound up losing his license, Dr. Harlan.
Mm-hmm.
Was that enough punishment for him?
No, I don't think it's enough punishment for him. Well, if he's working in good faith, how do you change your testimony 4 or 5 times if you're working in good faith? To me, that don't sound like good faith.
Whose good faith is he working for?
It looks to me like he's working in the good faith of the prosecution.
Subtle says Harlan is part of a much larger problem around the country. Forensic specialists who critics say stack the evidence for the police and the prosecution, hoping to stay employed. Why might there be a tendency to side with the prosecution?
You work with them, you want to be a good guy, you want to be a buddy-buddy. And unfortunately, this is not only happens here, it happens in many cases. But you can't do that. I mean, at least you shouldn't do that, let's put it this way.
The accusation is that Dr. Harlan tailored his testimony to benefit the prosecution.
That's right.
Did you know him as a man who would do that?
No. Although I will have to say his testimony in this case right here was incredible, in my opinion.
You mean unbelievable?
I'm not going to use that term, but it's close. It's close.
The criticism of Dr. Harlan now is that he worked so closely with the prosecution that he told the court what the prosecution wanted him to say.
Well, we didn't do that. So I don't know whether anybody else, whether that happened in any other situation, but it never happened in any case that I was involved in.
Do you think Dr. Harlan was trying to tell the prosecution what they wanted to hear?
Probably.
That's not good.
No, it's not good. You ought to just tell what you did, and you can give an opinion if you got one.
Harlan could never have been put behind bars because Tennessee, like some other states, gives medical examiners immunity from prosecution.
In Tennessee, medical examiners get immunity. There's no way to punish this man for what he did.
That's what I don't understand. How can somebody be above the law?
Maddie DeLone is with the Innocence Project. What's harder to understand, she says, is why the state of Tennessee didn't review all of Dr. Harlan's cases.
That's just putting your head in the sand. And